I'm doing this video to highlight an issue on Eve Street in Arncliffe, where the bike lane is, with regard to drivers parking in the bike lane. And recently it looks like someone who's rather keen on parking there has flattened all the reflectors along there. Now what I'm suggesting is, instead of using reflective poles to keep drivers out of the bike lane, that council installs a concrete kerb, preferably a nice tall one that four-wheel drives can't drive over, to separate the bike path from the road. Now if we just zoom in here and have a look in the Google Street View, this is Street View dating from February 2014, and obviously this path has been here for some time, and you can see there's these poles and they're not in very good condition because obviously people keep driving into them. Now in May this year, I came around this corner and there was a vehicle parked here, and we'll see the photo of that in a minute. And I wrote to council about this, and as a result, council installed a row of reflectors along here. Now let's go and have a look at the results of what's happened since then. And this is what things looked like back in May, when I came around the corner on my bike and found this vehicle parked here. Now I contacted the rangers and asked them if they could go and have a look, and the response was, funnily enough, that wasn't illegal parking because signage hadn't been put up. But obviously there's some people that feel that they are entitled to park across the bike path. Now this is what it looked like earlier this week, coming down here, and you can see all these nice new reflective poles have been put up, and it looks to me like someone has deliberately driven over a whole bunch of them and flattened them. Now that's possibly malicious. I mean, maybe someone trod on them and squashed them, but it's probably a vehicle. And one thing to note is, when I first came round, some of these were completely snapped off and they were actually lying on the bike path, and it's obviously a hazard to leave them in that condition. They've been kicked out of the way, so they're no longer lying on the path, but obviously this needs to be cleaned up. But as I suggested at the start, these things aren't really that useful. I mean, council can go waste some more money if you want to, replacing them, but my suggestion would be to put like a 15 or 20 centimetre high concrete kerb along there, something that'll keep your weekend warriors and their four-wheel drives from driving across it, and seeing if that can keep this as a bike path and rather than as a piece of parking.